Hello everyone and welcome to our new video. In this we are going to understand about the gRPC framework. So if you see the Kubernetes latest version, the Kubernetes has increased the adoption support for gRPC framework. Okay, so they are now supporting the gRPC applications. You can deploy that inside the Kubernetes, and they are inherently building the support for it. So in order to better understand regarding this, you need to have an understanding of the gRPC framework. This is what we are going to discuss in this video. And we will be having multiple parts for this video in order to understand the architecture, advantages, disadvantages of using the gRPC for developing the APIs. So let's go into a little bit background. So let's talk about the API. So nowadays everything works on an API. So you will see that several organizations out there, they are integrating their systems. They are basically creating the APIs, and that is how they are exposing their resources for their application and controlling what the other systems can use. When you do such an integration, you can create the systems which are integrated, and this can really help the organizations to move faster. So API development becomes necessary, and this is how the organizations nowadays are working. Now, basically, when you develop an API, it acts as an intermediary between the machines and the web products, which the millions of users are going to access over the internet. So it becomes necessary that you are going to use the correct technology for making your API from all the perspectives, for making it robust, more secure, scalable, okay, and reliable. So what is gRPC? Now, gRPC stands for Google Remote Procedure Call. This is an advanced version of RPC, which we used to see initially. This gRPC has been developed by Google, and it has been named after it, like Google Remote Procedure Call. It's a robust open source RPC, that is Remote Procedure Call framework, used to build the scalable and fast APIs. So you can optimize the API performance using the gRPC. At the same time, because when the large number of users start using the APIs, which can grow very significantly due to the adoption of the digital technologies due to the pandemic that we had recently. So we see that the API's usage can increase very rapidly as it gets integrated into the multiple systems. Now, this has allowed the different companies, and they are already using this. So they have created the client server application to communicate transparently and develop the connected systems, which is the main goal of using the API. Now, many leading tech firms have adopted the gRPC, such as Google, Netflix, Square, IBM, Cisco, Dropbox. So these are just few of them. And even if you go to the GitHub, you will find large number of repositories which are supporting the gRPC. So this framework basically relies on the HTTP2 protocol, which is the advanced version of the HTTP, and it allows you to have the protocol buffers and the other modern technology stack to ensure that the API maximum API security is there, performance is there, scalability is there, because all of this becomes essential part when you are developing the API, and you need to consider this when the API usage eventually grows. Now let's go through some of the history of the gRPC. So in 2015, the Google developed the gRPC as an extension for the RPC framework, so that it can link the multiple microservices and create the different technology through which these microservices can be powered and their performance can be enhanced. Now, initially, it was closely used inside the Google's own infrastructure, but later it was made open source and it was standardized for a community use. So for the further development of this gRPC protocol. Now, during the first year of the release, it was leveraged by the top organizations to power the use cases for their microservices, like their web services, mobile services, and IoT. And in 2017, it became the Google basically in 2017, the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, basically the CNCF, which is actually managing the Kubernetes, they start incubating this to increase due to the increase in the popularity of the gRPC. So we, at a later point, we will be discussing the newer changes which has been brought into the Kubernetes version 1.24 at the time of creation of this video, and how they have significantly improved the gRPC adoption into the Kubernetes. Once you go through this, it will become much more clear on how the Kubernetes is working towards the adoption. And over a period of time, you will see this technology will be more developed, because the significant development and the significant advantages that the gRPC brings to the microservices and the response. Obviously, there are some downsides as well. We will be discussing them as well. Now, that's all for this video for the introduction of the gRPC. In our next video, we will be going through into some more details about the concepts of the gRPC, why it is so fast, why it is so reliable, scalable, what are the things that the gRPC is having. So we will be discussing this in our next video. So that's all for this video. If you have not shared to our channel, please do share. Thank you.